Welcome back to Don't Be Dead. Tonight we want to get controversial. So grab your candy corn, put on your clown mask, and watch out for the boogeyman.
What's up, Dick Lickers? I'm Derrick.
Boo fucking who for you. I'm James, and tonight's episode is a Patreon request from our friend Sean.
That's right. Tonight we're talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2, which is perfect because it's halfway to Halloween.
That's right, bitch. Spoiler alert, this is a show for people who we assume have seen these movies.
James, how we doing?
You know what? I'm pretty good. I think I'm pretty good. How are you? Except I'm sick. Besides the fact that I think I'm physically I have a cold. I'm good. How are you?
I'm sorry. So have you adjusted from your trip?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think that's why mentally I'm okay. Is I went on a wellness retreat to Costa Rica. I was told that you stressed me out too much, and so I had to leave the country. so I left, and I came back refreshed.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
One of the best things about taking trips like that, like whether it's out of the country or going just to the opposite side of the country, is for me, it kind of puts things in perspective.
Mhm.
Like the world is so much bigger than like the day-to-day shit that you get bogged down into, like the rut and everything that stresses you out. It makes it seem like not as important. And, you know, that sort of like emotional bliss lasts not very long once you get back and get back into the routine of things. It's like, damn, I'm back in this already. That's what sucks about it.
Oh gosh, yeah.
yeah.
And there was so much travel, so we were physically exhausted from that. But it was one nice thing I will say, because I'm not going to go in. I could spend a whole like 17 hours talking about this amazing trip. But they gave us like things to do when we got back that we could like implement into our lives. So
like what?
So one of them is like when you're like putting on, say, like your body lotion or whatever, instead of just being like, okay, I'm done. It's like, give yourself the minute and a half of like slowly applying to like give yourself a moment of just like, it's okay, like slow down.
Like a sensorial experience.
A sensorial experience, but also to go like up. It says start from your feet and go up the legs. You have to go like around your stomach. Like you're basically helping like lymphatic drainage and circulation in your body, all this, you know, fancy scientific stuff. And then another one is giving myself 30 minutes every morning to just like be. So if I wake up and I give myself 30 minutes to read or to edit or whatever, the thing is every morning since I've been back, I've given myself that 30 minutes and it's gone to Tyler. but at least I'm trying, you know.
Bitch, I give myself 30 minutes to myself every morning, whether I wake up late or not. I'm going to have my me time. You know?
Like sitting on the toilet, death scrolling or whatever.
Ew, I don't do that. It's more I
gross.
sit in the kitchen, like the breakfast table, and just like have my coffee, acting like I have a whole hour and a half to just have like a casual morning. Like work doesn't exist.
No,
you know what I mean?
The meeting can wait.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad you had a good time.
Thanks, it was fun.
I've never been to Costa Rica.
I hadn't either, but I highly recommend.
Okay, but real quick, I know you don't have to go into all of it, but tell me about, you had like a monkey experience.
Oh gosh, yeah. So on the first night that we're there, we had like a villa, and so just Moses and I had this one villa. So on the first night, we've been outside, hot tub, taking pictures of the skylights. Amazing. We turn off the lights, and within like 60 seconds of the lights going off, Moses suddenly hears, I can't even do it. Like it's just the loudest, like a complete smash. The screen door bursts open. So the thing is that, so there's the screen door was shut, and then the glass door was shut on the inside. So the screen door had burst open. Moses jumped up on the bed and screamed. And I look over, I'm still like next to the light switch. I look out, and there's these three huge like silhouettes of these animals. And they're like 2 feet off the ground. They have very long, distinct tails. So we thought they're monkeys. We found out that they're not. I forgot the name, but they're like monkey / possums. They're like these huge, oversized, like rodent things that they have. And
I can open doors.
Yeah, they learned how to open doors. And so we saw them a couple more times, but they never came back and tried to open the door that we know of. Someone said that they think maybe the previous people who stayed there like gave them food, so they thought they could come back. But I think Moses' scream scared them away, so they didn't.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't like monkeys though. Like they freak me out. I'm afraid they're gonna rip my face off.
They will.
Speaking of, have you seen Primate yet?
No, I want to.
Okay, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. When you watch it, let me know because I want to talk about it with you.
Okay. Yeah, I want to see it.
And I want to get into these movies, but first, James, it's game time.
Oh my God, it's game time. I'm ready.
Are you ready? Okay.
Well, you know what? It's halfway to Halloween, so I think I'm half ready.
Oh, well, you better be all the way ready because we're about to play a game called Diva Say What? So I'm going to play a sound clip from a Halloween diva from either Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 or Halloween 2. All you have to do is just tell me who the diva is. It can either be the actor's name or the character name.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Clip 1. Here we go. This is kind of like a softball for you. You should get this
I'm gonna
because
get this.
we quote this a lot. Here we go. Clip 1.
I'm not strong enough and I'm tired of pretending that I am.
Who said that?
That is Scout Taylor Compton as Laurie Strode.
Yay! Okay, good.
I'm not strong enough. It's giving ET.
I know. All right, so far so good. Here's clip 2.
Okay.
Listen carefully. Clip 2.
Dude, suck it up, ho.
Oh my gosh, is that Harley? Oh, I can't wait to talk about that queen.
Diva.
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So okay. Perfect score so far. Here's clip 3.
Oh, the whore with the big tits hanging down to her knees?
That's Sherry Moon Zombie playing Mrs. Myers.
Deborah. Yeah.
Deborah Myers, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I think you're getting I hope you get a perfect score on these.
Yeah, Mrs. Myers, like she's not a stripper. Okay.
This is Myers. Clip 4.
So I don't think my pussy's gonna turn into a pumpkin.
Oh, I don't know her name in the movie or the actress's name, but she is she works at Red Rabbit, and I believe it's in Halloween 2, and she's sleeping with the guy who owns the place who's dressed as Frankenstein.
I'll give it to you. Her name's Misty. Her name's Misty. I think they say her name like once or twice in it. I forget the guy's name, but he's in like every Rob Zombie movie.
Yes.
You know, he's like, take out the trash, Howard.
Yeah,
you know?
Howard. And she's like, yeah, Howard, take out the trash.
Yeah.
Let her boobs out.
You chiming in, ass bitch. Shut up. Love her.
Shut up. Queen behavior.
Here's clip 5.
I don't mean to sound conceited, but I'm like the fucking hottest cheerleader they got.
Linda.
Diva. Mm-hmm. Clip 6.
What are we gonna do? Just fucking leave him out here?
Wait. Oh, I don't know her name either. They probably say it. It's probably like, I'm giving a Southern accent. It's part 2, the pickup truck. The 2 guys attack Michael and they try to leave, and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Oh God, is it like Trixie, Dixie, Wendy, Kelly? Like,
you know what? I'll give it to you if you can tell me what other horror remake she's been in that I adore.
Oh gosh, is she My Bloody Valentine? Shut up.
It's Betsy Rue playing, I think it's Jezeline or something.
That's what I'm saying. It's like some like Southern, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
I don't think they even actually say the character's name in this.
Okay, so then that's not fair.
You're good. You're good.
She's the one in My Bloody Valentine who like walks out naked and shoots
absolutely
Todd Farmer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Love
her. Yeah. All right. Okay, next clip.
Chicken abortions, and they're fucking gross.
Judith Myers. Little baby Judith.
You were the one that told me that that's little Jenny. I never realized that from Forrest Gump.
Yes. She went so far.
She grew up and did big things.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Last clip, James.
Oh my
so
gosh.
far, you have a perfect score.
Okay.
Let's see if you can bring it home with
I'm bringing
100.
it home to Haddonfield.
Here we go.
These cookies are so good.
This is Laurie Strode again. Wait, you stupid bitch.
These cookies are so good.
It sounds like it's Scout as Laurie, but it's the scene in part 2 where they're in the kitchen and she's with, I believe, Maya.
Ooh, actually, you have one more too. You have one more. I thought that was the last one. You have one more.
Okay.
You have
Yeah.
one more.
Bonus
Okay.
round.
Ooh, that was careful. You almost missed that one.
Yeah, right.
Almost. Okay. This is the last one for real.
Sure.
You know what? You act like you're the only one whose life got fucking trashed.
She's like, this. I remember she puts her hands in her hair.
Just showed my scar. You know?
Yes. On a mile. That is Danielle Harris as Annie Brackett. Annie motherfucking Brackett.
Congratulations, James. That is a perfect score. I am so impressed.
Thank you.
And you all at home should be impressed too. Because I don't know how, like, I've always been curious. Like, I know Yaz, we had her on a while ago, and she's like, you guys, I'd never do good on the games that you guys play. So, like, do people actually play along with us, you know? Like,
let us know. Yeah, do you play along? Do you feel like these are easy? Are they difficult? Do you just like mute us?
Yeah, do you fast forward through the game?
Just fast forward and skip? Yeah.
Because I wonder how difficult this would be for people who haven't seen these movies like 50 times like you and I have, you know?
Yeah. And we do quote them. Like when we say, oh, this is a quote we say, we're not exaggerating. These are quotes we literally say every single day. I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Shout out to our creative director, Adam, because it's usually who we're saying them to or with.
Yeah.
So another diva.
All right, James, tell us quickly, not quickly, that sounds rude. Hold on.
I was going to say, I don't know how.
I'm not strong enough. So James, tell us what Halloween 2007 is about.
Okay, Rob Zombie's Halloween is like a redneck retelling of, I guess, one of the most beloved horror films of all time. And it argues that all the Michael Myers story needed was a little domestic abuse, racism, incest, zoosadism, had to look that up to find out exactly what that is, and rape. So directed by Rob Zombie and starring Scout Taylor Compton. We already said Danielle Harris, Malcolm McDowell, and a slew of like horror movie veterans, basically like a who's who. This is less of a remake and more of like a what the fuck make, essentially.
Yeah. I remember being so excited when like the news came out that Rob Zombie was remaking Halloween. Do you remember like how you felt when you heard the news? Were you excited? Were you nervous? Like, because this is coming right after Halloween Resurrection, which was a gigantic disappointment for most Halloween fans. And so it's like, okay. I mean, of course, it was like amongst the remake boom and things like that. So
I was very excited. And I think because in that remake boom, we had there were a lot of good remakes. And it wasn't too long before that we had The Devil's Rejects. So I was excited because I liked The Devil's Rejects. And I was like, okay, if someone's going to make like a gnarly, crazy horror movie, it's going to be Rob Zombie. So why not let him have Halloween? Like, and because we had just had Resurrection and my expectations were kind of like, it'll at least be better than Resurrection, you know?
I didn't know what to expect. I was a fan of House of a Thousand Corpses, even though it's not something that I can rewatch a lot. I've got to be in a very specific mood to watch that movie.
It's very gnarly and wet and
and gross and gritty. But yeah, I was like, all right, this guy's clearly a horror fan. And so to see a horror fan getting to take a stab at, like you said, the most iconic franchise, bitch, yeah, I was hyped too.
We pulled up.
Yeah. Do you remember, did you go see it like opening night or?
So this is the thing. I didn't get to see it in theaters. Moses and I tried multiple times to see it and were not able. So we're going to talk a lot about this, when we talk about both of these movies, because there are actually two definitive cuts of each movie that are very different from one another. Well, not very different, but different enough. So when my first time seeing it was the director's cut, because when it came out in physical media, that's really all you could get. The theatrical cut, weirdly enough, was not readily available. So I watched the director's cut and was like, that's pretty wild, and noticed that there were scenes in the trailer that were not in the movie. Found out, later that there's the two versions. Same with part 2. I'll say it now. We tried to see part 2 multiple times and it never came to fruition.
But you never saw either in theater?
No.
Whoa!
That's what I'm saying.
Wild.
And we tried. We used to go to the movies. This is 2007, 2009. We were at the movies all the time. That was like the first couple of years of our relationship. We went all of the time. So the fact that we couldn't make it work schedule wise for those movies, just like we really couldn't. So
No, I think I went opening night or weekend. It was like Labor Day weekend, right? When this came out. And
yeah, I
it
want to
was
say
like, didn't it break records as being like one of like the highest grossing like Labor Day weekend
at the time.
box office at the time. Yeah.
And for the
Yeah.
franchise, it was gigantic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was really excited about it. And I remember really liking it when it first came out. I was like, fuck yeah, that was so cool. I was a lot kinder to films back in the day. And I don't know if just I've seen so much since then that I'm a little more critical.
you're not
But
kind anymore.
I'm not as kind to certain things.
Mhm.
Like, I'll just go ahead and say, like, the first like half of this movie, I fucking hate now. Like, I cannot stand it. I don't like the redneck aspect of it at all.
Mm-mm.
And really, I was actually texting you as I was doing a rewatch for this episode, and I was like, I don't start paying attention or really start caring about this movie until this scene, and it's like when it fast forwards to like the modern day stuff, when you see like the three girls, you know, in like the library talking, I'm like, okay, I'm invested now.
I'm back. We're so back.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of the same. It's weird because when I first saw it, I liked it. I think I don't remember loving it, and I don't think I ever have loved it. And each time I watch it, I feel like one time I like it more, one time I like it less. It's strange because we have discussed how we think Rob Zombie is better when he does like original stuff, like let him do something totally original. I still have to see Lords of Salem, but it's like the first 38 minutes of this movie, because I looked, is Michael as a kid.
Oh
yes. It's another 15 minutes until he's even like, you know, he's grown up, he escapes, and he's back in Haddonfield. So it's 54 minutes until we even meet Laurie Strode. So the first half of the movie, because it is completely like made up essentially by Rob Zombie, I would think I'd like it more, but I do not. And then the second half.
Well, real quick.
Yeah.
What do we think about, you mentioned young Michael and the fact that the first like half of the movie is, like you said, like 38 minutes is just devoted to young Michael.
Yep.
What's his name? Daig Farrick or whatever. Yes. How do we feel about his portrayal as a young Michael?
He did great for what I think Rob Zombie wanted, but it's not what I wanted. I wanted, because he's not acting badly.
You're being so kind. I cannot stand that kid.
Well, I wanted like an angelic Michael. I almost thought, okay, the years later I thought about this. I was like
me as a kid.
We wanted like baby Derrick, you know, baby James. Actually, it's so weird. I didn't talk or cuss, or I mean, babies shouldn't cuss anyway, but I didn't like mouth off. Whatever you told me to do, I was just like, okay, and I did it anyway. But I thought like there's no like real twist or anything in the opening. Like the first movie has the POV, there's a killer, stab, and then it's revealed that it's a child. Big, huge moment in the first movie. They didn't redo that, which is fine. So they extended it for 38 minutes or whatever it was to give us like this backstory and whatever. And I kind of wish they had given us some other kind of twist. Like maybe we are following some boy that we think is obviously Michael because he's like a little, I don't know, doing some shit. And then like the angelic boy that we're not paying attention to, like that's the twist, like stabs him and we're like, that's Michael. Something like that to thwart our expectations. But it's Rob Zombie. So everything is pretty on the nose. It's very loud and brash, and
there's no mystery.
There's no mystery. You get what you get. Sherry Moon Zombie is gonna read the lines as if she's seeing them for the first time. she's gonna look beautiful doing it.
Yeah. Well, you're right. And like in the first like 2 minutes of the movie, you see Michael basically, you don't see him killing his pet rat, but like you see him take the rat out of its cage, play with it, and then the next thing he's like, his hands are covered in blood. He's washing his knife off. Yeah. I'm like, okay, so
like if you're gonna do a prequel, then give us a full movie that's a prequel. Although I don't think any of that is necessary because it completely removes him as a threat a lot of the times, and it removes his motivation. The whole movie, I'm like, I don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah, and
I don't know if I care enough. And it starts, I think, with this weird backstory that doesn't explain anything.
What do you think about Malcolm McDowell's portrayal of Dr. Loomis? What are your initial thoughts about it compared to the original and the OG?
Sure. So another case of, I think that he did a great job for whatever Rob Zombie was looking for. Malcolm McDowell is a good actor, so I'm, good for him. He did not watch the original, he said. Like he avoided it. Like he didn't want to watch the original performance to get his own ideas. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, but I don't love it. And it is a useless character. Again, because he's saying things that don't really pertain to what we're watching. We're watching like a boy who's dealing with domestic abuse and physical abuse in this terrible living environment.
He's useless and has so much screen time.
Yes,
He
yes.
takes up so much screen time
And that's
to be
where
completely useless.
Yes, and so on top of him being like he's, the embodiment of evil, while we're watching kind of the things that are making him supposedly evil. Like if you're going to have the backstory, then don't also say that even though he had this terrible childhood, he also just happened to be evil and the blackest eyes and the blah 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 blah. Like all of that clashes. So everything Dr. Loomis is doing, the whole movie again doesn't matter in the like scope of things. And then even to the end when he's like, I failed you, Michael. I'm just like, stop making it about your damn self. Like he literally has like a girl in a chokehold, and he's holding a knife, and you're like, it's me, Michael. It's my fault. Like, shut up. So
he wouldn't talk to you, dude. How are you supposed to help him if he wouldn't talk to you? He said you haven't spoken a word in 15 years after he killed Sybil Danning, the nurse,
Yes.
diva. But that's one. Okay, if I could say one thing I do like about his 1 and 2 is his use of like horror icons from the past. He sprinkles them in throughout, and like
Danny Trejo.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yes.
Something else that kind of irritates me, and not to sound like a pearl clutcher, but the dialogue in this movie is just so vulgar and over sexualized for literally no reason. And that's why I feel like, all right, it's kind of like just a perversion of the first film. Like you just kind of like desecrated it for some reason, and just like, Rob, like I know you appreciate the first movie, but why do you have to go like, why do you gotta do this with it?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like it has to have a little class to it still. And he just completely removed all of that from it.
Gone. Especially because the first movie really hits home that no one saw this coming. And this movie's like, no, like mom was a stripper, stepdad is like abusive, incestual, trying to like hit on the daughter, stepdaughter, whatever. But I'm glad you mentioned disgusting dialogue, because as if the characters aren't already like unlikable enough. The director's cut does add a lot more of the Rob Zombie dialogue, including the quote about the chicken abortions that you played during the game. May I read a few of my favorites?
Sure.
Maybe I'll choke the chicken, purge my snorkel all over them flappy ass tits. Someone wrote that.
Yeah.
To be said. And then he said it. Okay, next one. I will crawl over there and skull fuck the shit out of you. This episode will be stricken down. Just by the way. Red flags.
Only the hardcores are gonna like this one. Yeah, the hardcore don't be dead.
Yeah. And the thing is, okay, so I will say that the extra dialogue in the director's cut is bittersweet because we get a lot more of shit like that, unfortunately. Like it makes the gross characters grosser, but it makes the good characters gooder. So we get more in the director's cut, Dee Wallace. We get more with the kids. We get more of all of the, like, I can't imagine the movie existing without the multiple scenes with like Dee Wallace and Lori. Like there's technically, I guess in the theatrical, like 1 or 1.5 scenes. Director's cut, there's like 4. Them like putting together the skeleton and like joking outside and the bagel thing. And she's like, Lori. And she's like, I'm kidding. I'm whatever. That's not in the theatrical, I guess.
Really? I haven't seen the theatrical since I saw it in the theater. And since
so strange.
2007 or 8, whenever the Blu-ray or DVD came out, I've only seen like the director's cut. So all the theatrical is just completely removed from my mind. Yeah.
Yep. And it also adds more. Technically, even though Loomis is still like, I don't love the portrayal, like I don't love this version, he's even worse than the theatrical because the director's cut adds a lot of the sympathetic moments with him. So yeah, like there's a moment where he says like, take care, Michael. And there's a whole scene where he's talking to Michael outside, like begging him, like, please speak to me. Like I want to help you. All that stuff's not in the theatrical either. So it's just weird that the movie, I can't imagine what that theatrical version is like now, knowing all this other stuff, because there's no character arcs then. Like, as on the nose as it already is, like, it's even more bare bones and theatrical, and it just is wild to me.
When's the last time you've seen the theatrical version?
I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing from start to finish. I've seen like the clips that are the different clips from the theatrical.
Yeah. And for this to be like, how long is this movie? 2 hours or something
Yeah.
like that? So we're talking about dialogue and stuff like that.
Mhm.
The characters deliver their lines so fast when they're talking. They don't let any of the dialogue breathe at
None.
all,
No.
especially when you get to like the modern day stuff with
The
like,
three girls.
It's
Yes.
like they are just flying through their lines, like not taking a beat in between them. And I don't
Mhm.
know if that was like a creative choice with Rob, when he's like, when you say these lines, say them really fast, or what, because sorry to get ahead a little bit, but like even the scene when like with Linda and Bob after like they have sex and she says, go get me a beer, and he goes to go get it, he gets killed by Michael. And then when Michael comes back with the sheet and Linda's like, can you move your pokey ass any slower? Well, could you? Like she doesn't even give him a chance to respond. It's just like, why is this? I don't know if the dialogue just edited like that, or if he just made them say these lightning fast.
I'm assuming maybe, because I feel like Rob likes to have a lot of dialogue and a lot of angles and this and that, whatever. They probably were like, this movie's too fucking long, because the theatrical is like an hour and 45, and then the director's cut's a little over 2 hours, which is fine. I'm fine with the 2 hour. It's a lot for a slasher movie, but that's, it is what it is. It's just that regardless of if you trim down the conversations or not, in both versions, it's still rushed, because you have extensively 2 movies that you're trying to cram into one movie. And for me, both are not enjoyable. So I like the second half more than the first half, but not enough that I would seek this out and even just like skip to the first hour and start watching it. Like I just don't vibe with it overall. Now, it is not, I don't hate Rob Zombie's Halloween like I hate Halloween Resurrection. I don't like the creative decisions that were made, but I do not hate the movie.
I've gotten to where what I'll say is I hate the first half. I
Mhm.
literally do not enjoy it at all, especially upon this rewatch. Yeah, it just, and I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah, I just feel like he, just removed all of the class from it completely.
Speaking of Linda, why was she such a bitch?
I don't know. I don't know, because the first Linda was kind of lovable. And even though I adore the actress, Christina Klebe,
Love.
just her version of Linda was, I mean, she was just kind of foul too. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, who talks like this? You know what I mean? Like,
No one.
literally everything. She, is he flirting with me? It's just over sexualized for no reason. She's talking about, like, she's asking if Sheriff Brackett, was he flirting with me? Like,
Everyone
Linda.
doesn't need to be disgusting. Everyone doesn't need to be trash. Like, why can't you just have some nice freaking people? And there is like some teen girls maybe talk like over sexual like that, but in like a joking way. Like you're saying in the original, like they're talking about the same kind of stuff, but like it's charming and it's innocent. This was like everything was just mean spirited. And I'm looking at the dynamic and I'm like, I can't see these 3 girls being friends.
They did not have chemistry. I don't think
No.
these girls, none of them in this one had chemistry at all.
And I'm wondering if they even had rehearsals, because Danielle Harris, I think, did a great job. And I love Danielle Harris. And it's wild because I love that she's a 30-year-old in the movie playing a teenager, but so was
Annie.
Annie in the first one,
Nancy Loomis
was 30 playing an 18-year-old. So like love, like there's the meta was there.
Yeah.
But she even looks a little like hands in her pockets at her side. Like there was times I'm like, her body language seems like she is still figuring this out. I don't think they rehearsed. I think that they just jumped into a lot of these takes and they were like, cool, check the gate, on to the next thing.
Well, I think I was listening to maybe a commentary or saw some interviews with Danielle and Scout, and they were even saying like they were changing the script a lot on the fly. And but they were saying too, to Rob's credit, he was really receptive to feedback from the cast, because like apparently Scout and Christina and Danielle were like, we would never say this in real life. Like girls wouldn't say some of these things. And so they did change some stuff. I don't know what they changed, because I don't know anyone who just like talks like that. I mean,
no,
you know what I mean? It just seems so. It's like when someone learns to cuss for when they first hear a cuss word and they never cussed before. It's like a homeschool kid trying to use like cuss words, and swearing. That's what it came across. It's like you don't know how to to deliver the cuss word in the right way. Like you use it to complete a sentence, not for every single word.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's exactly it. Yep, that's perfect.
And to give some credit to Christina Klebe, I believe her first day on set was her nude scene. Imagine that being day one for you. Like,
Like, hi,
all right,
everyone.
I got to
So
get completely naked.
and
Yep.
just be a bitch. So maybe because she was a bitch when she filmed that, like because she was being bitchy, she just decided that she'd be bitchy like the whole time. Like that maybe was the deciding factor just subconsciously of like, I guess the character's a bitch, right? So
Yeah, she was so one note, and I hated that. I loved her Slayer shirt. I appreciate that. And yeah, that's
yeah.
about it.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about some stuff that you did like about the movie. I want to know what you thought of the visuals and the music
Okay.
slash score. Can we talk about seeing and hearing this movie?
Absolutely. I glad you brought up music because one little bit of credit I will give this movie is I think the score and the soundtrack fucking slaps. I mean, it opens with, with Kiss.
Mhm.
And I fucking love that song.
God
I
of
think
Thunder, is that
yeah,
yep.
and Rob does a very good job selecting songs, for his films. His soundtracks are incredible, like, even 31, I know you haven't seen that yet, but that has, like, an awesome soundtrack, and he's got a pretty diverse taste in music when you listen to it. You have a
Yeah.
lot of, like, diverse in, like, a classical way, like classical rock, classic even, like, country and old folk songs. On my phone, I have a lot of songs on there that I've only know about because I've seen a Rob Zombie film, so
There's a singer named Non Vernon that he uses in both movies, and she does the version of Mr. Sandman in this. And it's also, like you're saying, it's so diverse because like you have classic rock and there's like metal and some loud, we've got Love Hurts, which also makes a comeback in the second movie, which I appreciate. But then you have this very quiet, slow, eerie Mr. Sandman. And I'm like, all of this works for me.
yeah.
Like all of that felt very intentional in all the right ways. I love what they did with the score, with the original score and the new stuff. There's like weird like whisperings and like
Yeah.
chanting, and it's like it's a combination of weird, surreal sounds and like metal horror. I don't know. I don't know music, but it was Tyler Bates did the music, and I think he did a real good fucking job.
It's an okay movie visually. Like, it's not, I don't know. I didn't appreciate the shaky cam stuff when like the chase sequences were happening. I'm like, it's already, let it be. If it's not creepy, a shaky cam is not going to make it any creepier. It's going to make it just it's going to take me out of it even more.
Yeah.
I think the only time it worked for me was probably when he was attacking Annie, and her trying to get away from him. That felt the shakiness kind of worked because of like the proximity. Like, it's like he was right on her the entire time.
Yeah.
And even when she's like running into the kitchen trying to go through the drawers, she's grabbing spoons and she finally gets a knife. Like, he's standing, he's already on her
right
by the time
there.
she finds a knife. You know what I mean? So that probably is the best chase sequence, and when the shaky style actually worked for me. What you think of Tyler Maine's portrayal of Michael in this, the adult Michael?
Loved.
Yeah,
because the thing is, if you're gonna remake the original movie, in theory, you should try to just do something totally different, and that's exactly what this movie does. I just think that it does it so egregiously that it almost comes off as insulting. It's so opposite that it almost comes off like you are trying to discredit the original in a way. Because I'm a firm believer that, like, sure, remake the movie, that's fine. Like, I can always go back and watch the original if I don't like the remake. Like The Fog, I'll never watch that remake again. That's fine. Have your shit movie. The original, fantastic. This one, it just started to almost come off as purposely insulting, which I don't think it was. But his portrayal is an example of how it works when you do the total opposite. So you don't have this like dainty, quiet, like almost like floating figure. You have this brute force of a man. And
Jason Voorhees, basically.
But I thought he was very intimidating when he was on screen. It sucks because the movie doesn't do him any favors. Like, the characters around him and the story being told and the dialogue around him does not complement the great performance that he's giving. When the movie starts to venture away from the original toward the end, like with the chase sequences, Michael going across the street, chasing after the kids that hide in the bathroom, I was actually scared for all that.
You were?
Yes.
Okay, because I was going to ask you, did you think this movie was actually scary at all?
Mostly no, but that stuff got me. The kids also did a fantastic job. Like, they did great, I thought.
I just don't think there were no like jump scares that worked at all.
No.
Like in the first one, there were jump scares that were super effective on me.
Yeah.
Even like ones that didn't even involve Michael, like when Loomis and Brackett are like looking in the house and then like the gutter falls through and crashes through the window.
Yeah.
I remember going to see Halloween when like Regal brought it back. You know, they bring it back every Halloween. You can go see it. And I was kind of just like really in it. And I forgot that even happens. And I legit jumped out of my seat when that thing hit the window. I'm like, shit, this shit still fucking works.
You bitch.
And, yeah. And like nothing, I don't know. There's nothing made me jump in there. I was, like I said, I was kind of, I felt some tension when he was like chasing Annie, but I don't know if that's because, you know, I'm such a Danielle Harris fan. I'm like, don't touch Jamie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, leave her alone.
I don't know if it was that. And it's like, oh God, is he? And I guess I was a little more tense too, especially when Lori finds Annie laying on the floor. She's still alive. And then Michael, you know, he is behind the door and you see him. I'm like, oh God, he's going to like step on her head and crush her head or something. And I was just worried for her the whole time.
Yes, and that's the thing is that those creative decisions I liked because now I didn't know where the movie was going to go because the first half of the movie didn't need to exist, and then the beginning of the second half is just a very quick, uninspired retelling of the first movie. I'm like, damn, I only have like 25 minutes left of this movie, and I'm just like, when's something going to happen that I'm interested in? But that's when it happens. Is you know, Lori Annie is still alive. Her attack is obviously very different. Lori running back across the street and him following, but him chasing, and the cops showing up, and the dumb bitch opening the door. Her getting kidnapped, I didn't like, but it brings her to the Myers house. We have that whole chase sequence.
Did you notice? You ever notice when like when he breaks through the bathroom door and the kids are in the bathtub and Lori's like freaking out. He grabs Lori. The kids are trying to like, they're like, no. Yeah. They like paw at her, like not trying to actually like hold her. They're just no,
let go, take her. She sucks at cooking.
That always sticks out when I like rewatch this. I'm like, you dumbasses.
They tried, and I forgot that kid's name, but Tommy grew up and he's in stuff. Like he's an act, like a grown actor.
This 2007 Tommy.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
good.
Yeah, I like looked him up and a picture popped up, and I'm like, I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. So good for him.
Well, maybe this 2007 Lindsay will be a future Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You know what I mean?
We can only hope. What did you think of like we talked about some of the chase sequences and the action. How about like the deaths in this movie?
Like the kill scenes, like or stuff like that. A little boring, a little anticlimactic, like nothing too special. Like there's nothing scary about any of it to me. I didn't really, nothing stood out. There's no standouts for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, the violence is violencing, but it there might be some cool moments, but again, and we keep saying it, and I'm sorry, but because you don't get to know anyone and because it all feels rushed, it's like all punch with no buildup. It just becomes kind of overwhelming. I've told you this before, is I can't really watch this movie often because it exhausts me.
Yeah,
it's just very exhausting to get through. And
it feels like something I just have to get through.
Yeah, that's it.
So the average rating on Letterboxd for Rob Zombie's first Halloween movie is a 2.8. And I feel like that is incredibly fair.
Oh, I think it's too high.
It's too high? Out of 5. 2.8 out of 5.
Okay, fine.
I think that's fair. I mean, I gave it, you know what? I just rewatched this and I was going to go log it on Letterboxd. And I saw that actually had rated this 2.5 stars, which you do as well. You have it rated 2.5.
I was going to say, I'm going to look and see 2.5.
And I bumped it down after this rewatch to just a 2. I'm like, 2.5 is too generous for me.
That's why I'm like 2.8 is kind of a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's not 3. If it was a full 3, I'd be like, whoa.
Okay.
But I'm like, all right, what do y'all like about this movie? And someone just said, you know, finally a Halloween movie for people who drink beer and have sex.
Okay.
4 stars. So
there it is.
Whatever. You know.
That's
please.
Fantastic.
Well, let's talk about Halloween 2, James.
I'm very excited to talk about Halloween 2.
Okay, me too. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 from 2009 takes a very experimental, sharp left turn in Haddonfield and explores how our survivors from the previous film process their trauma and pick up the pieces of their lives after a near-death encounter with the boogeyman. Shit is about to get very weird.
So weird, y'all.
Strange. So we didn't really mention it at the end of the first one. We do see that little Annie Brackett is still alive. That is a swerve from the first one.
Yeah.
And I think an incredible choice to keep, especially like Halloween fans who know the lore, about the Thorn trilogy and Danielle Harris, to keep her still alive to, bring us back for the second one. I was so on board with that decision. How about you?
I was very appreciative. Like you said, threw me for a loop. A lot of slashers don't know when to keep the side characters, which is a real bummer. And this very smart decision. And she is one of the driving forces of the second movie, even though she doesn't have much to do in the second movie, like maybe time wise, she's not on screen too often, but there's a lot of substance to her role in part 2. Way
And she's
more.
in all 3 acts too.
Yes.
They sprinkle her out. She's in the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not like they kill her off, right at the beginning and, oh, well, that was just her little cameo. No,
Yeah,
she has
no.
things to do, like
Yes.
make egg whites and coffee and order pizza with whole wheat crust.
Whole wheat crust.
Yes.
Pineapple, I think, is something.
Pineapple. Yeah, Lori wants her pineapple because she's not eating meat or anymore. Yeah, I was happy for Danielle Harris because it's always good to see her getting work, especially in the Halloween franchise. So I could not have been happier to see her in this and to have like some stuff to do. I wish she could have done more. I wish she was more of like a focal point. You know what I mean? But the stuff she did get to do was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm jumping ahead for a second because I never really thought of this before. I'm fine with where the movie goes, but if it had turned into a Laurie and Annie versus Michael movie at the end, I think maybe that could have been a lot of fun. Or if it turned into that before it still went the way that it went. I don't know. But either way, I'm fine with what we got because I really do enjoy Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Let me clarify the director's cut, because unlike the first movie for me, where either version, okay, with part 2, they are definitively different versions for me, and one of them doesn't exist. So, director's cut wholeheartedly for me. This one is essentially like a character study, which should sound boring being in a slasher movie, but it works for me. It works really well for me.
It does work because you see Annie, who is dealing with her trauma a little bit more healthier than Lori is. It seems like she's a little bit more adjusted and has kind of fully embraced this kind of like mom figure in Lori's life. And so she's kind of the character that when Lori is like unraveling, they pit these two against each other. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's where like the emotional punches come in, because you see, like you feel that there's love there still between these two. They still care about each other, but then Lori is experiencing all this like psychological turmoil, and she's struggling with these thoughts about like she's frustrated and she's angry with Annie all the time because she feels like she's trying to be like the mommy of her, and Lori's completely just fucking spiraling. And
it all makes sense and comes full circle though in the extended cuts, because each character's relationship with trauma is what carries the film along, but they're all going through the trauma in completely like separate ways. But when you start to talk about them, it makes sense, because Lori, she basically is adopted in with, Annie and her dad, but she resents Annie for basically playing her surrogate mother because she misses her real mother. At the same time, Annie's not doing it on purpose. Annie has kind of, party girl Annie from the first one is now like stay-at-home mom Annie, who's like healthy food, like you were saying. I love that you called out that all of her dialogue always has to do with food, but like healthy eating, gluten-free, whatever free crust and this and that and all that stuff. And she's like cooking and cleaning and being the motherly figure. She's the total opposite of who she was in the first movie. And that's a trauma response. But then to go back to Lori again, Lori sees her as a constant reminder of what happened in the first movie. There's so much character development and so many arcs with, everyone. It's just insane that the first movie even exists. Like in that respect, like I don't know how we got from the first movie, which just has just a bunch of like cardboard cutouts getting stabbed to this, like a Greek tragedy, masquerading as a slasher film, basically in his.
Bitch, I love you just called Halloween 2 a Greek tragedy. That's amazing.
It is.
I love that so much.
And then that ending, but we're not there yet. We're not at the ending yet.
Well, no, and we're still talking about, how Lori is experiencing this differently than Annie,
Mhm.
and she's missing her mom. She finds out later that the mom she misses wasn't even her real mom. She finds
Right.
out because this, again, Malcolm McDowell taking up way too much screen time.
This shady bitch. Yep.
He's written another book, and he's revealed the secret that Lori is Michael Myers' sister.
I'm Michael Myers' sister. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
So good.
So she finds the book and she sees that and she fucking spirals again. So girl can't catch a fucking break.
Not at all. She's also like a full-blown alcoholic. Her and Annie have a lot of fights in this one that don't ever, for the most part, have like a finality. Like they fight and argue and then they both just say fuck you and then they leave. My favorite line is, because Danielle Harris has a lot of great lines in this one, but my favorite line is after they're fighting. Your trivia quote was, she was like, with the thing with her hair and showing her scars and whatever, she ends it with, "I'm not impressed."
I'm not impressed. And she walks away. But
And
we
it
don't
wa-
get that in the theatrical. That
No.
whole argument's not there at all.
No,
So-
not at all. That whole argument doesn't exist. In the beginning, when they're talking and they say, one day at a time, Lori goes, "One day at a time." And then it cuts to her walking outside. In the
Yeah.
director's cut, they fucking brawl.
Yeah.
They have, it's like,
It's
"One
Bad Girls
fucking
Club.
day." Yeah,
Yeah.
Bad Girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
"Bad girl, what you want? I got it. Yeah, that's right. I said it." And okay, so she says like, "One fucking day at a time. If I hear that, blah 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 blah." And then and then Danielle Harris is like, "Yeah, boo fucking who for you." And then she's like, "See, you don't care." She's like, "Yeah, I don't care. I don't understand." Like the
Mhm.
two of them really do love each other, but there's so much like on the surface anger and resentment. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't understand how Rob Zombie wrote the first one and the second one, and they are just.
I think he had more freedom maybe with the second one, clearly, because
And I love that.
It opens up. You think it's going to be completely like a retelling of Halloween 2, where the entire setting is going to be in a hospital.
Mhm.
And like that's lasts what, like 18, 20, almost 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And it's just a dream sequence that it's a recurring dream that Lori has, because
Yeah.
the next day she goes, "It was a hospital one,"
Yeah, it was the hospital one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what'd you think of that? Like when you first saw it, okay, actually, what was your initial reaction when you first saw this movie?
I believe the first time I saw it was the director's cut, just like when I saw the first one, it was the director's cut. And I loved it. And I was very confused because I had such a great time with this one, but I really do not enjoy, for the most part, the first one. Like they do feel like night and day movies. This one starts off minutes after the first one. So Lori's walking down the street with her gun, and there's like already this like sense of dread. The sheriff is trying to like figure out what happened. We cut to the hospital. We cut back to the crime scene. We cut to the ambulance bringing Michael. And I'm like, I am stressed. I am very anxious and stressed. And everything plays out that first, like you said, 20 minutes in the hospital and everything. I just loved it. I really just loved it. There are some, again, decisions that are made, maybe around the Malcolm McDowell character or
Yeah, some things
editing
don't work. That's the
editing
thing.
choices
Yeah.
that kind of don't work, but that's fine because he at least he's still useless, but he's in this movie a little less. And the other stuff that's happening is so much bigger and grander and better that I can forgive that.
Agree. You took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah. Again, yeah, Malcolm McDowell's character serves no purpose in this
No.
whatsoever. And so I get kind of annoyed when like the movie leaves from like Lori or like her new friends and god damn, we have to focus on this asshole again. Like, I'm sick of it.
Dr. Loomis is now like fame hungry. He wrote a book. Is he writing another book, or he's just still peddling the first book? I don't know.
He's peddling his second book. His new books come out. Yeah.
He's just like
where he's talking about the murders that happened.
Okay, got you.
Yes.
Oh, that's true, because the first one was just about Michael in general. Now it's
Right.
Michael after the murder. So it's
Right.
money hungry, cash grabbing, like weaselly. I did love the segment with him getting belittled. Like there's a TV segment with Weird Al Yankovic and stuff. Like it's so weird, but like it all doesn't serve any purpose except to just show Malcolm McDowell still being self-absorbed. Every time he's on screen, he's me, me, me. Even when he's trying to be selfless, Even in the first movie, it's me, 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 me. Everything's about me, 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 me.
He's very pick me. Yeah.
He's very pick me, and it doesn't land. There is a moment where he's talking to his publicist, and this is not in the theatrical, but he calls his publicist a clam dinger, and then he claims it has to do with being a lesbian, all because she's wearing pink clogs and an orange jacket.
Is that a lesbian outfit? I don't know.
It all just is like, it's like Rob Zombie was writing some good stuff, and then like the inner demons came back, and he's like, I have to write something derogatory, must make lesbian joke, whatever, and then that's what we get. So now it's not only that Dr. Loomis is selfish and self-centered, he's now like
a misogynist.
a misogynist. Okay, sure, let's give him that trait. And it would almost work if he had a character arc that came to fruition sooner in the movie, but it doesn't. By the time he finally turns around and is like, I'm going to do good, it still comes off as self-centered. He sees the crap happening on TV. He decides to go help, and they're like, get out of here. And he's like,
It's
no,
like the
I'm
last
gonna go
5
help.
minutes. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. And it still means nothing. The bitch still dies.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. There's a common dislike of Sherry Moon Zombie returning as like Ghost Mom and the White Horse. Now, if you've watched the director's cut, the extended version, this is mostly explained. The only downside, if you didn't like that stuff about it being mostly explained, is that you get more of it. So, you know, for anyone that was like, I don't like Ghost Mom and White Horses walking around, you get twice as much in the extended version, but you get one small scene that basically explains it away. So tell me your thoughts on the White Horse and stuff, please.
I was actually going to ask you to tell me your thoughts on the White Horse.
Bitch, I beat you to it.
I don't hate any of this, actually, because once the movie kicked off and I saw where it's going, I'm like, okay, this shit's going to get really weird. So let's just lean into it, because I'd rather have experimental, weird, dreamy kind of sequences versus the crude redneck shit we got in the first one. And so the White Horse, I'm not exactly sure what it represents. You know who else uses white horses in their work? David Lynch. He loves a white horse. He loves a white horse.
And do we know why?
I'm sure he has a reason, but I don't know if he's ever explained it.
No.
The quote at the beginning of the movie says, "White horse, linked to instinct, purity, and the drive of the physical body to release powerful and emotional forces, like rage with ensuing chaos and destruction." And it says it's an excerpt from Subconscious Psychosis of Dreams. So
Cute.
I guess if you see a white horse in your dream, that's what it's meant to represent. Emotional forces, releasing of rage and stuff like that. And so that's kind of
exactly what Laurie's going through.
Exactly what Laurie's going through. It even comes up in her therapy session, because her therapist, who is played by the amazing
Margot Kidder,
queen,
yes,
has like a Rorschach painting on her wall, and at one point Laurie says, "What's that about?" And she's explaining. She goes, "Oh, it's supposed to pick up, like, you know, subconscious stimuli and stuff like this, and it's kind of whatever you want to see." "What do you see, Laurie?" And Laurie says, "A white horse."
And she says, "What does that mean? Am I crazy?" And she's like, "It means you're a girl that likes white horses." But which is cute. And I think Margot Kidder is fantastic in that role. Wish we had her even more.
I know.
She would have made more sense to be. What if there's no Dr. Loomis and Margot Kidder
and
became the new Loomis?
Absolutely.
And she shows up at the shack at the end, and she's like,
Yes.
"Laurie, the white horse." Like, I don't know. So
I 100% agree. She'd have been
missed
such
opportunity.
a better doctor figure.
Yeah.
Like, let Dr. Loomis die in the first one. Like, we did not need him at all.
And she she emotes so much empathy in just the few scenes that she's in. And I really cared for her. And then but then she's gone. Then she's totally gone.
Like, even like when Laurie's having like her full on, you know, "I'm not strong enough" down. She's like, "Honey, you are strong.
You are.
Like, what
Yes.
you've gone through." And
you
do. I'm with you. I wish we could have gotten more of her. That sucks.
Yeah, it's a big bummer. But it's a big bummer that we didn't get more of her, but I'm glad that we got what we got. And again, our version that we watch is the definitive version. But again, it's not laid out for you like this is. Well, it kind of is. There's a quote in the beginning, but it suggests what the horse could represent. Does it need to be in the movie? No. If it wasn't there, okay. But by having the little explanations and these inklings of like mental issues that could be connecting you know, not that they're psychically connected, but like they're both going through similar outbursts of rage. Like, I can't control my emotions, right?
That and they both have like fucked up dreams. Michael kind of sees his like in the day, like he'll
Yeah.
see his mom with the white horse
Mhm.
like standing there. He kind of sees himself as like the still the kid version of himself too
Yeah.
sometimes.
And that's the
And
more angelic
yeah,
version I wish we would have had because they recast the kid for part 2.
yeah, and exactly. Much better version of young Michael, if you
Mhm.
ask me. And so they kind of tease a little bit that, Lori might become completely psychotic and
Mhm.
violent too, because at the beginning, like we said, she's having dreams, and she's dreaming that she's in the hospital.
Mhm.
And a little later on, she's dreaming that, she's getting like buried alive and some crazy shit, right? But
Yeah.
she's having that like while she's awake. She goes, like, the dreams are getting worse and they're happening like not when she's asleep, when she's just like trying to just sit in the toilet to take a piss. She has a full on like
Panic
panic
attack.
attack
Yeah.
and sees these visions of herself surrounded by all these crazy fucking creatures, and she's killing Annie and like attacking her, and she's like, "You fucking bitch," having some
Yeah.
full on meltdown. We never really get to see full on psychotic Lori, but it's like teasing that it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You mentioned that there were plans for a sequel beyond this, because at the end of this one, there's a couple different versions. There's one where like Lori gets shot and we assume that she dies. I
Yeah.
think that was like the theatrical one. We assume she gets shot and dies. And then there's another one.
No,
Uh,
that's the director. So in the theatrical ending, what happens is Michael attacks Loomis in the shack and he kills him. So we see it happen in the shack. The sheriff actually has a sniper and he sniper shoots like a sniper gun and he sniper shoots Michael while he's still in the shack. So Michael gets shot, falls on like a bunch of spikes and he's dying. Lori uses his own knife to kill him. She kills Michael Myers. Then she like puts on his mask and walks out of the shack. And she crazy now.
is she
And
crazy
yeah.
now?
And then they show and then they show her in the institution with the white walls and whatever. And I think the Halloween theme plays or something. So she's alive, but she like big crazy. Our ending, I mostly prefer far more. So we don't get to see the fight in the shack, and that's actually one of the things I wish that we did. So it is them screaming, and mom is there saying like kill them or something, take us home, and Lori's screaming, and he's screaming, and everyone's freaking out. Michael isn't screaming, but it suddenly goes quiet, and we cut to the outside of the shack. And it's just like a helicopter above, the cops all around. And then suddenly, like Loomis is thrown out of the shack. Michael walks over, picks him up. And another thing I did not like about this ending is he goes, die. If you're going to have him say something, have it be something that like matters. But
Like, you
okay.
fucking bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you stupid whore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gay. I don't know. So, so then he dies by firing squad. Like the police just open fire and kill him, which is the original ending of the first movie. So neither ending that was released is this, but the original shot ending was Michael walked out of the front of the Myers house and got shot to pieces by a bunch of cops.
Very Halloween 4.
Very Halloween 4. So that's what they did here. Cute. Then Lori walks out and tries to kill Loomis. Like she picks up the knife, but she holds it over Loomis. We get a trigger happy cop who shoots Lori. She gets got. They all dead. We get this one overhead shot of all three of them deceased. And then that non-Vernon singer that I mentioned does Mr. Sandman. She does, I'll call back to the first movie, Love Hurts.
Love Hurts. Yeah.
And it plays over like now the shot kind of zooms into Lori. And I decidedly she's dead. And what we're seeing with the white walls and all that stuff, and mom shows up at the white horse, is not her in the insane asylum. It's basically her real mother coming in and taking her to the next plane.
Yeah.
And she's dying. And I thought that's why I call it a Greek tragedy, is because the whole thing is this big, beautiful, bleak, like Shakespearean, everyone dies ending, but there's so much finality in the stories. So it's wrapped up in a bow for me. I really
Yeah.
see no reason to have done any more, but they did plan on doing a third. They were going to do a part 3. So that movie came out in 2009. And right after that movie, because it did well, but it did okay. It didn't do as well as they wanted, but it did okay. They announced the next movie, Halloween 3D. They announced it as a 3D movie, was going to come out in June of 2010, which is crazy because the Weinstein Company, this is Dimension, was known at that time for launching all the Halloween sequels in like August
Yeah.
and not September, October. But okay, so then suddenly they said like, no, this is going to be June of the following year. Patrick Lussier attached
Was it that
to
quick? I didn't realize
yes,
it was that quick.
I didn't
Okay.
either. Yeah. So Patrick Lussier attached to direct, Todd Farmer writing. Todd Farmer is in and wrote like Jason X. Patrick Lussier did like Dracula 2000. Collectively, the two of them did Drive Angry and My Bloody Valentine, the remake. So it was going to be that vibe. They were going to actually ignore both of the previous endings. A script was like out there and leaked eventually. They were gonna ignore the previous endings and go like the Jamie Lloyd route that we wanted in Halloween 5. So, or what we thought was gonna happen in Halloween 5, right?
Like Laurie
Laurie,
being the killer or
the
something.
curse is passed on
Yeah.
to Laurie. So the thing is, the way it was gonna progress was stylistically My Bloody Valentine 3D. Very over the top, very loud, rambunctious.
You have to film 3D movies in a certain way anyways.
Yes,
You know what I
but
mean? You
but
have to
they
light it in a certain way for the cameras to even work.
yeah.
So I get it's not the most like visually stunning thing to
Yes.
look at,
Well,
you
but
know?
like vibe wise, it sounded like it was going to go full spectacle and they were not looking to make like a Halloween movie. They were looking to make like a just loud, gory 3D movie. And because Weinstein just was like, whatever, just make us some money. So it was going to end with Laurie removing herself from life and Michael escapes. So there's no finality to their relationship and their dynamic. That's what the script said. Weinstein Company were actually nearly bankrupt at the time, and they couldn't afford to do like as many movies. And so they were given the option to either do Halloween 3D or Scream 4. And
Hmm.
so they said, let's do Scream 4. So Scream 4 actually went into production instead and came out in 2011. And I was like, that's wild.
That's some tea.
So, yes, then it was like on hiatus for a minute. Then they announced a new release date of October 2012. But not long after that is when we got allegations against Harvey. That's when that started, like inklings of that started. And the rest is history. So, because then eventually the rights got sold to Blumhouse. And then in 2018, we got what we got
we
instead. Yep.
that sound okay. Well, first of all, that sounded like it had been an awful movie. It sounded like that would have sucked
Yep.
so bad. Would have gone to see it? Absolutely.
Of course, yeah, take my money.
So do you think they would have cast like was Scout like gonna be the girl?
She was attached. She was
yeah.
contractually, her and Tyler Mane were both vocally saying, we don't want to do this if Rob doesn't do it. But Rob had already not even wanted to do the second film. He only
Right.
did it because Malik Akkad told him, you get creative freedom. Like, you can do whatever you want with this movie. And he's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. So he was already not going to do it. But contractually, Scout and Tyler would have had to. They were attached to be in a third movie.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad it did not happen. You know, we got the movies that we got after, and that's fine. But that sounds like it would have just been awful.
Kind of
Like,
like the Texas Chainsaw 3D thing that we got, which was a fucking shit show.
I hate that movie
It's
so
so
much.
stupid.
Can you imagine?
I know. What did you think about Laurie's new friends in this movie?
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So, besides a bunch of amazing cameos that we get in the opening, like let's not forget Caroline Williams, Octavia Spencer,
Academy Award winner.
Academy Award winner Octavia. I can't even talk. She's so amazing in the 2 seconds that she's in this movie.
And
Having
probably
one
the
of
most brutal kills too.
brutal kills
Yeah.
that I've possibly ever witnessed. The movie collectively has the most like brutal and graphic death scenes I've seen in a movie that I would still consider rewatchable.
Yeah.
This
This is the meanest Myers for
the
sure.
meanest Myers, I think one of the scariest Myers, very much unlike the first one. But Laurie's friends in this one make sense to me.
They do, and they're more likable. I
Mhm.
mean, you've got Harley, who, you know, what's up, Dick Lickers? Like, she's a little vulgar, a little crass, but
It doesn't come off as mean.
no, it's like it's more playful than
Yes.
anything. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yep.
it's like you said, it's not mean spirited.
Mhm.
She's just trying to have fun. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
She's played by Angela Trimber, by the
Trimber.
way, who I
Yeah.
love also from The Final Girls.
Yes. Oh, Tina.
Tina. We love
Give
Tina.
her some credit, man.
Yep.
That she's killed that role. She was also in another horror movie. I can't think of the name of it. It was like a home invasion movie that came out
Ooh.
not actually too long ago. It's like her and her friends are in some like desert house, and there's like a home invasion sort of a thing.
Let's watch it.
Yeah, we should do it. Chuck and I actually watched it. It wasn't that bad. Yeah.
We'd come out to her.
I would totally come out to her. And then you've got Maya, who's played like Brea Grant, I think.
Sounds
who
right.
was in Heroes. I remember her in like the show Heroes. Did you ever watch that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Wasn't that? But
I knew it
lovable.
was a thing.
And they got a good handler stories. They're down for a good party time too, but you
Mhm.
know, in a responsible way. You know,
Yes,
they want to have a chill night.
They
you
have
know?
before we even get to the party. They also like their boss because they all work at a record store, which we also love a record store movie moment. The shop owner is called Uncle Meat, which I had to look up because they don't really. I don't say his name, but he's played by Howard.
She says
Hess.
it. Harley says it very quickly, and if you're not
Oh,
listening,
okay.
she goes, "Just don't need to show the meat man my lady lumps again or something."
And
you
see,
know?
I would
Yeah.
not think that his name was Uncle Meat, right?
Yeah.
So Howard Hessman plays him, and I recognized him instantly from Clue. He's the detective guy who shows up at the door in Clue multiple times. And yeah, all the characters just have a great camaraderie. They all make sense together. They all feel like they'd be friends. But I have in like big, bold, underlined parentheses in my notes. Can we talk about that barnyard bash?
Yes, we can. Absolutely. It's like the Tower Farm Party on steroids, you know.
Farm parties always rock.
They sure do.
They sure
I
the
would
fuck
go to
do.
that party. I like
Yep.
fun as shit. Yeah. Do
It
do Halloween parties like that exist anywhere?
Probably, but I don't know where.
Yeah.
Because that high energy feels like it would be LA. But like
Yeah.
middle of nowhere in a barn feels like it'd be New England.
Yeah.
So probably in Minnesota. you know?
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Man, I'd go, but like I say I would go, but then like coming like down to it, do I want to go out right now?
Yeah,
I'm
like
so
I'm
tired.
I'm already
tired.
my
you
comfy
know?
pants and my comfy
Yeah.
socks.
Yeah.
We could play Dead by Daylight,
Yeah.
Tyler's asleep. No, I
Could
don't
watch a
know.
movie maybe.
Yeah,
But no, that did
right.
look fun. I would have totally have gone to that. And even though I just like am not a big musical fan, I appreciate like the theme of Rocky Horror, that the costumes, you know, they all three dressed like Rocky Horror Picture Show characters. So that was kind of fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I love that. And she's like, I'm a chick dressed as a dude, dressed as a chick, whatever.
I'm a
But
chick dressed as a dude who wants to be a chick.
Yeah. crushed
Yeah.
it.
I'm a chick
Crushed it.
pretending to be a dude who wants to be a chick. Something like that.
Something like
Yeah.
that. And it works. It totally works.
Well, you do
The-
have a vagina, don't you? Why don't you put your hands down my pants, Wolfman, and find out? Yeah.
That whole
She's
thing
great.
was so funny.
Yeah.
Like he was like not even knowing what to do.
Yeah.
Didn't even know
She
what
was a
sex was
lot.
basically. And she's like, I call it sucking dick. Like
Yeah.
so- loved her.
She's
But again,
great.
it never came off as like crass or it came off as like just like fun and playful and like women's empowerment.
Yeah. This is
Um,
what Linda should have been in his first
the first
version,
one,
something
yeah.
more along these lines.
I do want to also say, because we get all these like people who are in like a lot of Rob Zombie's things or like familiar faces. We get Jeff Daniel Phillips, who's the sheriff from Christmas Bloody Christmas, but I've recognized him from other stuff too. But he's two characters in this movie.
Yeah.
He is Howard, who take the trash out, Howard.
Take the trash
out.
Howard.
Who gets his face the fuck stomped in, which is so gnarly and graphic and crazy,
Yeah.
the way his face gets stepped on. But he also is the host at the Barnyard Bash.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy in the skull makeup who's like telling bad jokes. I forgot something about
Real
boobs.
bad jokes.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
not landing.
What's the what's the difference between a blonde and a jack-o'-lantern? There is no difference. They both have 3 holes and they're hollow inside or something like that.
Everyone's like, boo.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. No, so good. That party though was amazing. We love a Halloween party in a movie.
I do love
And that one was one of the gnarliest and craziest and coolest looking of them all. And we got a cool death scene out of it. And then it kind of,
I know we do, unfortunately, we do lose Harley in the back
Yeah.
of that cool van, though.
very cool van.
Girl, if you're gonna get strangled by Michael Myers, that's the place to do it.
That's where it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I'd be like, thank you.
Yeah. I do wish, because she felt like such a badass character, and I don't know if this is like he knew that about her, and so he knew he was gonna have to sneak attack a bitch, to catch her off guard. I don't know, we'll see more of a struggle or her fighting back more, but like
fight.
he got her from behind, like she couldn't like do anything.
Yeah, there is not much fighting Michael in this movie. It is a lot of like when he shows up, like you die.
It's like instant deaths.
It's
Yeah.
like instant deaths. And that is one thing that the first thing that comes to mind is like Scream 5 for some reason, where I do not enjoy that aspect of that movie is like Ghostface shows up, you die. There's like not really any chase sequences.
Yeah.
It works here, but it works here because Tyler Mane is like 79 feet
Right.
tall. And he's
Like a WWE wrestler, like killing you. Like
he's
there's-
been established
what are you gonna do?
as such a threat. So when he shows up, there really is no escaping him.
Right.
We could have had some kind of fighting or chasing at the end. I think that'd been cool, but I guess the big moral of the story at the end of the day was like more than anything, Lori was fighting her own demons.
Yeah.
So
Aren't we all?
it was a mental fight. It was a mental fight.
So still talking about, you know, the girls in this movie, I still think this is the better version of Annie that we get.
Mhm.
And we unfortunately, Danielle Harris, like, okay, for fans of the Howling franchise, this I think was like a very emotional kill. Was when he finally got Annie, which
Mhm.
a lot of like the original Halloween fans and fans of 4 and 5, especially I'm speaking from, I guess I'm speaking for myself, but really saw it as more of like, oh God, he finally got Jamie. That's what I was seeing, you know?
And that's why it's such an emotional gut punch. And I think the theatrical version is like, I don't know. I don't care. Our
It's not as good.
version is not as good. Our version has Brad Dourif completely losing it. And the way he is like not able to contain, like the way he's going, no, is
Yeah.
so devastating to me. And she's dead on the ground. This is the second time he has to find her naked, covered in blood, right? And this time
Mhm.
she is actually dead. We already had the moment of Lori trying to help her and her dying in Lori's arms, and Lori saying, "Baby, baby,"
Yeah.
like that whole thing. But a father finding his daughter dead, and Brad gives this incredible performance, and then it cuts out his audio, and you just see him screaming, and the other officers have to like pull him away, and they juxtapose that with this sad chanting music and
Oh,
video of Danielle Harris as a child,
I know.
as if like this is what he's seeing when he sees her on the ground is
She looks like Jamie, you know?
and well, it is. It's
Yeah.
basically like if you had told me that those were filmed, you know, the day before or after she filmed something with Halloween 4, it's the same hair she had in Halloween
Same
4.
bangs.
She's
Yeah.
the same age, so it is so devastating to watch. But again, it's another moment that gives us like a finite ending to a character. There's the character growth and development, and the relationships have been built upon, and then it is I mean, it's satisfying. It's sad, but it's done in a satisfying way where I don't know, I applaud them
said-
for it.
I agree. It was like, if you're gonna kill her, that was a good, like, emotional way to do it. It wasn't
Mhm.
gratuitous. Like, even though she was like naked on the ground, covered in blood,
It's
it did not seem gratuitous to me.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like as tasteful as you could be in that moment. And
Yeah.
I think Danielle even fought to have like more of a chase or a fight or a struggle, because I think
Mhm.
originally it was just they were gonna find her dead, but they did add in the scene of him like being in the shower and her
Yeah.
running from him, and then he's like breaking shit in her room and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I kind of wish we got to see it. I mean, we get to see bits and pieces. It is edited in such a way, but I think the editing is cool that they did, and like there's a very loud heartbeat sound, and it's like
Yeah.
it's like super slow-mo and cut, but you could hear everything that's happening, you just can't see it.
Yeah, they use audio and sound really well in this scene. I think,
Yes,
for sure.
and so I still think it's great, but I would have still loved to see her put up a fight, but I guess I know why they didn't do that.
So
Oh,
audiences fucking hated this movie when it came out, and I see
bet.
why. Do you think this would have been better received if it was just an original Rob Zombie horror slasher film and not a Halloween Michael Myers movie?
Well, no, because it is building on trauma and incidents and character things from the previous movie. So we start off kind of already knowing where these characters are at. I guess he could have included like a 20-minute sequence in the beginning that would be a summation of like this was an original Rob Zombie film, right? Nothing to do with Halloween. 20 minutes of just a crazy slasher horror, people dying, only two survivors. It's Scout Taylor and Daniel Harris. And then say 2 years later, and then just go from there. Maybe this would have worked. I think it was just trying to do too many things, and a lot of people just wanted They just wanted a slasher movie.
Yeah, it's too experimental, I think, for
Mhm.
mainstream audiences, especially when you're trying to tackle a mainstream franchise like
Mhm.
this, like Halloween. When you take it to some, yeah, you had the dream sequences in, and the audience has to kind of infer everything, and it's
Yep.
there's a delicate balance between like spoon feeding the story and letting people, infer it themselves.
Mhm.
It's a balance, and I think he actually did a really good job with it in this one, but a lot of people did not like it. So
They did not.
looking at Letterboxd, the average rating for Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is a 2.3, which I feel is low, but I understand why it got that. Like, I do not expect people to fuck with this movie as hard as you and I do. It's one of like the redheaded stepchild of the franchise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Similar to Halloween 5. Like,
This
if you,
franchise has a lot of those,
it
though.
sure does. Yeah, it sure does.
Even 6, people are like, Curse of Michael Myers is the worst movie, blah, 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 blah. People still sometimes say
Yeah.
Season of the Witch, and I'm like, I love all of those.
Yeah.
Some people say Resurrection, and I think that is one of the worst movies just ever made, but people like what they like. And, because of that, we keep getting to have more Halloween movies. And if you
I
don't
think
like,
people who like Resurrection, I wonder if it's people that's like that was the first Halloween movie they saw as a kid or something, and they're just like, "Oh
maybe,
my god," because you know what I mean. When you're a kid, you think anything like that could be
right.
fucking scary. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I
Yeah,
love freaking Jaws the Revenge, but people
yeah,
say it's arguably a terrible movie. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's great.
yeah,
So I kind of, yeah, I can understand that, I guess.
yeah. Do you think that there's anything that these two movies do better than their original counterparts?
Ooh. Ooh. I think, like, am I comparing like part one to part one, part two to part two?
Yeah, yeah.
So for part one, no.
No,
No, I don't think it does. I don't think it nope. The answer is no.
nope.
With I'm trying to like, it doesn't matter. It's not, nope. Part two, I really enjoy the original Halloween 2, but this I feel like does improve upon a lot of things from that movie. But it also is a very
Oh.
vastly different film. Like it
Mhm.
like you said, it starts off, it gives us 20 minutes of the hospital stuff, and then it says, okay, cute. That was us like remaking the hospital. Now this is Rob Zombie's, the completes his extreme vision, as the trailer said.
You at least get more Lori and
You get more
Rob's.
Lori, you get more
Yeah.
character development. Lori and Michael actually get to like encounter each other and have a connection. Lori is processing her trauma versus being comatose and on drugs the whole time. The hospital is used just enough. What about you?
What's the question?
What? So let me ask you a question, Derek. What do you think that if there's anything that Rob Zombie's films did better than the original counterparts?
Okay. I think the first one does nothing better at all, much
Mhm.
like you.
I do
The
nothing better. Yeah. I don't. I wouldn't know how.
No. If anyone knows how, will you let me know?
Can you meet us in the
In the
comments?
comments and let us know how.
Tell me how.
If you know how to do anything, let me know.
Yeah. Melania keeps saying be best, but I don't know.
The second one, yeah, I mean, I just kind of said it. Yeah, like you at least get more Lori, you get more of like fun friends, and I think like the Halloween atmosphere in this one is done a little bit better than in two. Because I mean, they're stuck in a hospital, and you see like some Halloween decor and stuff like that,
Pumpkins
but
and
like and aside from like maybe the little kid that shows up with like the razor in his mouth dressed like a
yeah.
pirate, you don't even really get like anybody in costumes or anything like that.
Yeah.
So and this one, like, you get a full-on Halloween party, and I'm a
Mhm.
big fan of Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. I love it so much. And I do appreciate when I watch these movies, like I do pick out Halloween decor, especially like the vintage items. There were some in the first one. I'll give it that. There were some blow molds sitting out in people's yards
Yes.
in the first one.
Yeah.
I picked up on those. So yeah, like if there's a couple of things, yeah, more Lori and just like the season of Halloween, I think you
Mhm.
feel it a little bit more in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 than you do in the original. Although I love the original Halloween 2. Well, here's a question. So if it wasn't Rob doing the first two like remakes, what director do you think would have done a good job at this? Like who would you have liked to have seen tackle the first Halloween remake?
Oh gosh, this is so stupid because I would want something that's not the original. So I'd want something that was like go, 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 fast paced. My brain, forgive me. My brain just thought Rennie Harlan.
Okay.
But he ruined these new Stranger movies.
Yeah.
So I would want Rennie Harlan, but it would need to be Rennie Harlan from late 90s.
Yeah.
Like give me the ridiculousness and the craziness of Deep Blue Sea.
Okay.
But it is a Halloween remake.
Yeah.
Like just the sheer chaos. Give me like it's a Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Rennie Harlan.
Okay.
But it's
like
it's a Halloween
it's
remake.
Halloween. Like
Yeah.
I was thinking like, okay, and even though the end result might have been a little too close to like Steve Miner, but like even like Jamie Blanks, I think would have done like a cool job with this because
Yes.
I love Urban Legend and Valentine
Mhm.
so much. Like I could see him doing a phenomenal job with this, or even I can't think of his name, but the director who did the first Texas Chainsaw remake in 2003.
Oh, Marcus Nispel.
Yeah, that would have
Yep.
been kind of fucking cool to see too.
And he also did the Friday the 13th remake.
Yeah.
That's the
So,
same.
but just let him have done this. He did a great job with both of those, I think.
Right,
I
just
know
let him.
people say what you want about, the Friday 13th remake. It's not perfect, but goddamn, like he would have done fine with Halloween.
It would have been
Yeah.
A-okay.
Still, like, I just feel like Rob, now that I've seen what he's done, I was like, okay, like it made sense. The result that we got from Halloween makes sense because it was Rob Zombie. This
Yeah.
was not his franchise to tackle.
Right.
Rob should have gotten Texas Chainsaw instead, I think. And then
And maybe did a sequel because I really do love those two Texas Chainsaw movies.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he didn't have his hands on those. But like,
But with that, but like his style, I think
yes,
would have lended itself better to
instead of
that.
instead of
Yeah.
the 3D bullshit,
Yeah,
Rob Zombie's Texas Chainsaw.
yeah,
Cute. It would be
Yeah.
so freaking wild. We had a lot to say, but I think we're done. I think that's it for these movies. Happy halfway to Halloween, Derrick and everyone. Meet us in the comments and let us know what you think of Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. For more Don't Be Dead, watch on YouTube, listen on your favorite podcast app, and get extra content exclusively on Patreon. Please don't forget to leave us a review. And until next time, Derrick.
Don't be dead.